Hello and welcome to Ascending Without Wings. My name is Raina and this will be your reading for Gemini for the week of the 2nd to the 8th of December 2019. So let me just shuffle these cards just a tad and we can get on with it. So, Gemini, Christmas is coming. I'm sure everybody's getting a little bit stressed out, so let's see what this week is going to be like for you. And for those of you that don't know, I channel Arch Angel Michel. He's my main guide. And so whatever information he's ready for you to have this week in regards to what's happening will come through. So Arch Angel Michel here for Gemini for the 2nd to the 8th of December. I really doubt that's going to be all of them. What else? Now they apply. Okay, just a sec, Gemini. Michael. Are all these cards correct for Gemini for the 2nd to the 8th of December? Okay. Anything in reverse? No. Alright. Let's do this, Gemini. Okay, this card's been coming up in a few readings, so I think it was actually in Taurus and possibly in Aquarius. The Knight of Cups is how we're starting off the week. So Knight of Cups is somebody that's been on a very long journey and their self-discovery and self-realization, some inner child healing even, maybe past life healing. Someone that's definitely been ascending and evolving spiritually and growing. This could be you, this could be somebody else in your life, Gemini. I know it is a water sign card, however, you could have the traits of a water sign, so this could be you. I say this because it's actually followed up by the World card, so whoever this person is, which I'm assuming is you, my friend, has been on a very, very long journey. As you can see on the card, that body of water that's flowing through that image is actually very, very long and winding. So I really feel like this journey of filling your own cup up, as they say, your heart is your cup, or your chalice. And this person's come a really long way. There's a lot of green here, which represents healing, and yellow, which is learning, growth, stability, a lot of passion here as well. So this person has been through a lot. And they're actually in a place that, probably in a better place of self-love and self-acceptance and just overall being comfortable in your own skin, basically. This is that person, okay? And yes, this card traditionally is the proposal card, but I'm not getting that today from this card. And I really think this is more about your own personal journey, Gemini. Like, it's a very deep and intense time for all of us, astrologically speaking. There's a lot of information coming up from the depths of your soul that you may not have realized was even trapped in there, okay? So we've had some interesting times, quite literally getting shaken up out of our comfort zone and thrown onto the table like a bunch of dice to sort of see where we roll, almost. That's how it feels sometimes. I really do feel that, but this is not a person that's tired or worn down by this, because I think you're realizing, Gemini, that this is the end of a major cycle. The World card represents travel or graduation, so to speak. I call it graduation day, purely because the 4 fixed signs that are in the corner of these cards have actually graduated. They're gold in the Wheel of Fortune. They're actually gold. So that's halfway through the tarot deck, through the major arcana, sorry. So yeah, Gemini, you've been through quite a lot, and I almost feel like some sort of reward or recognition or milestone is coming up this week for you. And that, in turn, is actually helping you feel quite fulfilled and quite accomplished and, almost like a self-made person. Like, I started off with just this and look at what I've accomplished and how far I've come. It took a bit of persistence. That's the feeling I'm getting. And I really feel like it's an internal thing, and there definitely could be for some of you some external recognition or some sort of a reward, maybe even graduation. Like some of you could have finished studying something, graduating from school or college, university, whatever it is that it may be. I really feel that. But the thing is, you start off the week on a really beautiful energy, and then midweek, you're feeling a bit stuck. Now, Gemini, I know you're an air sign and swords are your thing, but please, you see that this little perceived prison that she's in is actually not a prison. It's actually an open pathway where she could just walk if she had the ability to take her blindfold off and see what is going on around her from a realistic perspective, not from whatever her mind is cooking up because she has not got access to all the facts or all the information. So I really, that's what it is. You're not seeing all the facts about something that's going on in your life and it's making you uncomfortable. Now, yeah, it's okay to get a little bit uncomfortable, but also realize that anything that makes you uncomfortable is challenging you and bringing out the best in you. So don't let it get you frazzled and worked up and agitated and things like that and get ahead of yourself. And I'm saying that purely because the next card that we have this week is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is someone much like the Knight of Cups that's been through a lot of growth. And mind you, Knight of Swords is underneath in this spread. So Knight of Swords has been through a lot of growth. There's butterflies on the reins of the horse. This is a person that's been through some inner transformation, but they're in such a hurry to say what they have to say, they've forgotten to put their visor down. So it's almost like a little warning to say, don't get ahead of yourself, Gemini. I know you felt stuck, but now that you've broken free of this self-imposed or perceived prison, mental prison that you had, you've got a lot to say all of a sudden. And so, yes, okay, great, you've got a lot to say, but take a deep breath. Take it all in your stride. Just calm down. Now, this could also be somebody else coming your way with a lot to say. Okay, and this could have something to do with this feeling stuck. This information this person has to share with you may actually be making you feel stuck. It might be putting you into a state of panic because they're both air cards. It is a lot of mental energy. Realize that the ego is in the mind, my friend. The heart space is where your soul and your heart can guide you from. So if you can bring this chatter down to be quiet, you can actually hear the little voice of your soul talking to you, right? I really feel like you're going to be in very much air sign mode by midweek, Gemini. Yeah, about somebody else? No. Yeah, this is definitely about you, Gemini. So, as I said, don't get ahead of yourself. I know you have a lot to say, but, you know, when you can't think straight and put all everything you'd like to express into an orderly fashion in your own brain before you express it, it probably won't make much sense to other people as well. So just, all right. But I do feel like whatever this is, okay, because he's flying, okay, this is something huge. It's almost like you were tied down and you're trying to run and there's so much tension on that thing, that this rope that's tying you, as soon as it breaks, you're like, with all that momentum, flying. That's an interesting analogy there. Never mind. So yeah, just when you go flying, you're liable to go flying into walls or furniture and things like that and hurt yourself. Keeping with this analogy, we don't want to do that. Okay. So let's move on. All right, Gemini. I think also this week is going to be quite a powerful week for you, because also the following card that we've got is the High Priestess. Okay, this is someone that's embodying their higher self, that is merged with their higher self, that is a master manifester and very fertile in every form of the word. Like abundance and fertility are words that get misunderstood. It's not always to do with money and reproduction. You can have a very fertile life. You can have fertile, prosperous, abundant friendships, relationships, connections, etc. Okay, so things like that. It's not always so simple. And I believe that you, my friend, or whoever this is in your life, this could actually be somebody around you, very much a divine feminine kind of person. very knowledgeable, if I could speak, in the spiritual arts. Spiritual arts is actually the words I heard. So someone who has gotten into remembering all the ancient wisdom that we once knew. Someone who's really connected very deeply with their higher self and with the universe, the divine source, whatever you wish to call it. But yeah, this is very, very a powerful manifesto. Like, I really feel like this is a very powerful manifesto because there's pomegranates in this image and they're really standing out to me today. The red and the yellow in them, they're popping out of this card. And so yellow is the color of solar plexus chakra and red is the root chakra or the base chakra. So it's about your stability and your security and your personal power and how you show up in this world. So whoever this person is very, very healed, very evolved. And if they're a person that you're connecting with, Gemini, I would strongly recommend keeping this person in your life because they are they're a person that's mastered the way of, how they say, being in this world but not of it. So they're very evolved. And if this is you this week, Gemini, considering the kind of energy that you've had to work through, I'm proud of you. You're doing great. But yeah, whatever's going on, this message that you may have for this high priestess, or possibly this high priestess might be the one that reins you in and calms you down and keeps you from rushing into things without thinking them through properly, possibly. Because once these two energies come into play for you this week, Gemini, you end the week with much momentum. Okay, the Chariot card is about fast forward movement. This is a very determined looking person. Okay, look at his face. There's no messing around. Okay, he's there. He does not have any reins on the Sphinx that are leading his chariot. So this is a chariot that is being propelled forward on faith and pure universal force. It's almost like the fate train. Okay, I know the Leo King has used that term, so apologize. Not quoting, not stealing, nothing, but like he's been saying that on his videos, and yes, I follow him, and I think he's brilliant. So yeah, like he's actually been talking about this stuff, like fated and destined events unfolding, and I really feel like this is you heading towards some major stuff. So this week could be a little bit turbulent for you, Gemini. It could be a little bit, you know, you're starting off feeling great and accomplished, and then all of a sudden you're in this mental prison of, you know, no, I can't do anything. I'm so stuck. Oh, what do I do? No, I'm so powerless. And then it's almost like you're a racehorse out of the freaking, whatever it is, that thing that they run out of. I'm sorry, I don't know the name. But, you know, then you've got this divine feminine sort of, I won't say maternal, because I don't feel maternal energy from this. I really do feel a very strong divine feminine, almost goddess-like energy. Whether you're embodying this energy or whether that's somebody in your life that is there for you at this time when you get a little bit excited and enthusiastic to make things happen. But I think this is almost like a calming and stabilizing kind of energy that comes in before you quite literally take off towards things that are bigger and better and more fated and destined for you, Gemini, okay? I really do feel there's some major positive events coming for all of us, okay? We're all ascending for a reason. All the things that have been done in the shadows are coming to light, and yes, they're ugly, and yes, they're horrible, and yes, they're mortifying. But guess what? Once everything gets brought into the light, there is no hiding this stuff anymore. And once these people are brought to justice, we can go back, well, no, not go back, go forward into New Earth and having a, you know, higher dimensional society where this kind of thing is never going to happen again. It is not going to be possible for people to do what they've done in the past. Okay, so I don't know why this is coming through, guys, but I think some of us need a little dose of optimism this week, because I know watching the news is depressing. I don't watch the news, I avoid it. I have since about 2016. It's too depressing. I feel everything. I hear things on the news that people have gone missing and I know what's happened to them. And then you hear that weeks later and you're like, creepy! But it's only because my crown chakra is open and I am connected to the field and I can feel what's going on. And my guide, Arch Angel Michel, happens to also be known as the Angel of Death. So unfortunately, these kinds of things happen. Okay. We live in a world of polarity. Gotta take the good with the bad. So please don't get too caught up in all the drama and the chaos that you are seeing on the news and all of that at the moment. Because I feel like some of you are, and somebody needs to hear what I have just said. Alright, so I've got some little oracle cards. The Aboriginal Dreaming deck from Mel Brown. I'm not sure if you can see that. Very cool little cards. Powerful messages. I will just make sure that I've got the correct cards for you, Gemini. Yes. Correct cards for Gemini. Any order? Nope. Okay. So let's go. First we have calm. So it says, breathe, heal your tired body and allow your spirit to find peace. Without harmony, your healing journey will take much longer. There you go. There is healing. It was in the first card. All right. So the next one you have is strength. Says you need to stand up and have an opinion because in this case yours is the only one that counts. This decision will have long-term effects on your future, Gemini. Your future, not anybody else's. Your decisions affect you more than if they affect others. Yes, they can have an overflow effect on other people in your life. However, generally speaking, you're the one that's going to wear the costs of the decisions that you make in your life. Powerful advice today. All right, wonderful is the next one. It says, sometimes being too cautious is just an excuse for being afraid to take risks and move forward. Don't use this as your excuse to miss out on something amazing. So yeah, Gemini, there is some beautiful stuff playing out in your life this week. Okay, so don't stay stuck in the drama and the negativity and the sadness. If something beautiful is happening and unfolding in front of you in this moment, get in there. Enjoy it. Who cares if you're going to be a couple of minutes late returning to work from lunch? Go jump in a puddle. Go jump on a swing with a little kid that's laughing their head off because it makes you happy. Do something that makes you giggle like a kid. Make your inner child happy this week. Gemini, please. Because I really feel like some of you are really, really bogged down. Like, especially with these cards that are coming through now. Like, whew, I feel you, Gemini. And I'm sending you all of my love and light. I know what it's like to have the world sort of weighing down on you. And detaching from that is something that your higher self and your angels can help you with. So ask them for help, please. Okay, next one we have is confident. So you confuse confidence with ego. There is no shame in confidence. It's about knowing who you are and what you want. And most importantly, having the courage to stand in your own power. There you go, Gemini. And then we have questions. What you are thinking about is absolutely correct. It takes courage to trust yourself, especially when everything points in a different direction. That is correct, Gemini, and you're going to have to do it. If you don't trust yourself, who will? I'm ending it on a beautiful note. Assuredness. It's time to challenge this situation and say, this is not good enough. Stand tall and take a stand. It's time to show the world just how damn tough you are. Do it, Gemini. Do it, do it, do it. You are tough, okay? You know yourself. You're connected with your higher self and your soul. I can feel that for a lot of you. You guys have ascended quite a lot. So have faith in yourself. This is something that my team tells me all the time. You have to have faith in yourself because a lot of us have been claircognizant or have psychic knowing or just a sense of knowing about things all our lives. And we've had proof of that over the years. But we still doubt it and we still question it. When you've had that all your life, you don't doubt or question it. You embrace it, you respect it, and you honor it. Okay? So, I hope that wasn't too much of a rant. Sending you all my love and light. And I will see you again next week, Gemini. Have a lovely week.